people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel Aye. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the tips or what you need to do in order to have a good GPA, like to have good grades. What do you need to do, and how are you going to get those good grades? So I ended up with 10 tips. These are the tips that worked for me, and I believe they can work for you too. So let's look at them. So tip number one, in everything you're going to do, you have to set goals. So even in your studies, you need to set goals. So this is what I used to do at the beginning of the semester. Like when we get to school and the timetable is out, I've seen the course units I have to do. Then I set my goal. Like this semester, I want to perform like this, like this, like this, and that's it. Set goals, and remember to always reward yourself when you achieve your goals. So you're going to set goals. They can be for the entire semester, like I used to do, or for like maybe this month, this month, this month. And then when you achieve your goals, reward yourself, like just the way you feel nice when someone appreciates you for doing something. Appreciate yourself. Don't wait for anybody else to come and appreciate you for achieving what you had planned for. And then tip number 2, attend classes regularly. Guys, attend classes regularly. I remember in the previous video, in the random facts, I told you I attended classes. I didn't miss any class for 3 years. For 3 years, I had never missed a lecture. And I told you it's okay. Time will come when you're overwhelmed, but try as much as possible to attend all your classes regularly. Yeah, because once you're in class, it's easier to get what the lecturer is teaching. But then now, if you miss classes, then it means you have to look for notes by yourself. You have to teach your own self. It's really hard. So endeavor to attend lectures regularly. And number 3, take notes. Take notes. It's very good practice to write during the lectures. I know of people who are okay with just receiving the PowerPoint from the lecturer, or just sitting and listening to a lecturer. But then for me, what I know works is taking notes, and it works for many people. So whenever you're in class, take notes. Write everything. Just write everything. Just write everything you feel like writing. You can organize your notes later when you're reading. Then number 4 is ask questions. Ask questions. Ask whenever you have the opportunity. Ask, and it's not only to your professors. You can ask your friends in class. You can ask even your siblings at home. Because for example, you're going to be in a class, and then these professors normally like referring to, like when you're working out a number, they like referring to some laws, you know, things you studied in the past classes, maybe in high school, and they'll just refer to it, and they're like, now, because the professor will say, let's take a look at the second law of motion, Newton's laws of motion, and then he continues with the calculations. But you have forgotten the laws of motion, and maybe you don't feel comfortable asking the teacher. Then you can ask your friend to help you come up with that, or you can ask your siblings who are in the lower classes to help you with that. But then ask questions. And then one benefit of asking questions is the professor gets to know you. He's going to know your pace. He's going to know your weaknesses, and then he can help you even when you have not asked for it. You get? And then one other thing about being that active person who is always asking questions, that in case you don't attend a lecture, the professor will know that. He will notice you're not in class today. You get? So it's good. It builds a relationship between you and your friends and the lecturers. I know asking can be annoying, but just ask. ask, and you will know what you want to know. Yeah, it's annoying, it feels annoying, but then asking isn't annoying, it's a good thing. And then number 5 is to put more efforts. Put a lot of efforts into your assignments you were given, because that's the only time you can exhaust everything that you've done. So that's the time you have to read everything. Like, just write, yeah? Write what you think it's right. It's not like exams where you're limited or say list 4 and then you list the 4. But then here it's an assignment. You can write all the 10 points you've got. That's the good thing about assignments. Really, really put more efforts. And I don't know why, but I noticed most times in the exam, there are about 2 questions that come from the assignments. And also assignments carry some marks to your finals. So put more efforts into your assignments, because like, I don't know, it's the only open book exam you're going to have. You can access the book, you can access the internet, so try to exhaust it. Use that time when you're doing your assignments to even make research. And then tip number 6, try as much as possible to understand the previous lecture before you attend the next one. Now this was my favorite, because reading the whole night is really, like, reading the whole night, the night before your exam can be so exhausting. You get in the paper and you're so tired and you can't write well. So the best thing I would do is understand the previous lecture before I even attend the next one. So, and that helped me a lot, because when I know tomorrow morning, maybe let me say tomorrow morning I'm having digital electronics, I'm going to sit down today, like in the evening now, according to my reading, I'll make my timetable in such a way that when Tuesday morning is digital electronics lecture, then maybe my reading timetable before bed will say digital electronics. So that makes me read the lecture that was there last Tuesday. I review it, I read it, you know, and then walk into the next lecture when I have understood the other one, or if I have any questions I can ask, because normally the next lecture is normally going to be a continuation of maybe this one you had, or you're going to apply the principles in the last lecture to the next lecture. So you really need to understand the previous lecture before you attend the next one. Then tip number 7 is make use of past papers. I don't know how many people are like me, collecting past papers from everywhere. Make use of the past papers, please. Like, look for those past papers and then when you're doing them, now exhaust the way you do your assignments. Do the past papers, do everything, research, read everything about the topic you found in the past papers, and to help you, because normally at least a question might not come from the past paper exactly, but something related to it, or from the past papers you are reading, you will end up reading about something, and that thing may come in the exam. So just make use of your past papers. Then number 8 is the internet is your friend, girl. The internet is your friend. Yes, the internet is actually your best friend when it comes to studies. For example, when you're given assignments, or when you get these past papers, or maybe you're working out some numbers you were given in class, and you really don't know why the lecturer did it the other way, yet it can be done this way. Or maybe you did it your way and you failed and you want to know why. Just type everything. Just go to your laptop, put in the search engine, put everything, just the way you're asking yourself. Put it there and you'll get answers. You might not get the exact answer, but then you'll get something. It will guide you. Like, the internet is your friend. You're going to use it for research, but then I preferred using the internet to ask questions, just like I would ask the professor this and that. But then now, when I'm reading, the professor is not there. And you know, before you ask your lecturers about something, have you done research? Because I don't know, but it's really nice to ask a question when you're You know, you say, see this number, I've tried it, it can't come, I tried out this, and it's not working. I don't know why this works and this doesn't work. And then it will be easy to help you. And that's where the internet is going to help. It has a variety of solutions, and from there you can pick one. So let's hop on to number 9. Do research. Do research, whether it's engineering, whether it's business, whether it's law, everything, you're going to do research. So make research. And I don't know, to me, what I consider as research, for me, it was actually not research, but then it was reading ahead. Because at the beginning of the semester, you get to know your course units, you get to have your course outlines. So I prefer to just read through something that we're going to learn. Like I just, in those first weeks, I read through. I don't know whether that's research, but then I read through. So by the time the lecturer comes in and introduces a topic, you have a clue. You have a clue on what he's talking about. So it's kind of nice, and it's nice reading. Then when I talk about research also, when the lecturer comes and they leave, they're not going to give you enough points. They're not going to exhaust the explanations, because this is campus, you're old people, you're supposed to research. But then when you go to research, you're going to get more answers, you're going to get more explanations, you're going to get people's projects. Then you start reading project reports, this and that, and it just gives you more knowledge about a particular topic. And then number 10. Okay, number 10 was supposed to be the last, but then it seems my list is really long. So number 10 is have a reading planner. I don't know why this is even coming at number 10. It should have been on top. Have a reading planner. Like, make a reading planner and obey it as though your life depends on it. So I remember I used not to have a reading planner in high school. Maybe that's why I didn't perform so well. I would read because we are put in the classrooms to read. But this is campus. Nobody's going to follow you up to read. Nobody's going to come and tell you, why are you sleeping? Wake up, it's time for reading. So in high school, the time reading was there. Then we had guiding tests here and there. So that's how I used to read. There was no timetable at all. But now this time, you're on your own, and you have to perform well. So have a reading planner and obey it as if your life depends on it. I remember one time from the youth church, when the preacher said, in everything you do, do it as though your life depends on it. And by then he told us about praying. When you're praying, pray as though your life depends on that prayer. And then when you're eating, eat as though your life depends on food. And if you're playing, play as if your life depends on it. So that's it. Make your planner and obey it as if your life depends on it. And the only way you're going to achieve those goals that you set is by being organized, by having that planner. For example, you can say, I'll be reading 40 minutes in the morning when I get up from bed, and maybe on Monday, 40 minutes for this. And then before I go to bed, 30 minutes for this. And then during the week, I will spend maybe 1 hour in the lab doing this, because engineering is practical. So when you have a planner, trust me, with a planner, you're not going to have any excuse for not attending something, like for not going out. Maybe if you had planned, it's really hard to obey, but then it's the only way it's going to be simple. You have less time in books, so you have enough time to sleep before the exam and enough energy to work on your exam. Yeah, so those are the 10 tips that really worked for me. I applied them. It's not easy. Like I say, you really have to put a lot of work in it. It's not easy, but those are the 10 tips that worked for me while I was at the university. Those 10 tips really worked for me, and that's how I managed to get good grades and maintain. Getting good grades is easy, but then maintaining it throughout your years, throughout the semesters, is now where you need these 10 tips. Because you can easily get a first class, but then how are you going to maintain this first class? Now that's where you need to get organized and follow these tips. So I think that's it for the video today, and I hope these tips will help someone out there who is planning on going to school or anything, or who is at home studying. So anyway, that's it for the video today. Thank you very much for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and hit the notification icon so you don't miss my videos every Thursday and Saturday. See you in the next video. Bye.